How does someone who proudly declares they are not a chef build a $100 million culinary empire that inspires millions? It sounds like a complete paradox, right? Mm-hmm. Today, we're embarking on a deep dive into an untold success story that absolutely, well, it shatters conventional wisdom.
Precisely. And our mission here, it isn't simply about cooking or, recipes. It's really about dissecting how authenticity, this relentless creativity, and a fearless commitment to just being oneself, how that transformed Rachael Ray into a global brand. What you're about to discover might just fundamentally shift how you think about success and what it truly means to build something extraordinary.
Okay, let's start right at the beginning then. You might expect a culinary empire to emerge from some Michelin-starred kitchen, right? But Rachael Ray's journey started in a small grocery store. No formal culinary training, no prestigious titles, certainly no white chef's coat. Just, an ordinary person in an ordinary setting.
Yeah, and what's truly insightful here is that her deep, unfiltered understanding of how ordinary people live, cook, and eat, that became her unrivaled competitive advantage. This grounded perspective, it profoundly shaped her financial mindset. She wasn't chasing money as the end goal. Instead, she focused intensely on delivering genuine, accessible value, something that resonated with millions of everyday households.
And that's exactly where 30-Minute Meals just exploded onto Food Network in 2001, wasn't it? It felt like a direct answer to that universal cry from busy working families. How do I get a joyful, home-cooked meal on the table, fast, without all the fuss? This wasn't about culinary perfection at all. It was about practical, approachable solutions. That relatability was just utterly magnetic.
Stepping back, this relatability wasn't just some pleasant byproduct. It really became the strategic cornerstone of her entire brand and her definition of wealth, actually. For Rachael, financial success became a direct consequence of authentically serving others rather than being the primary goal itself. You see it manifest in initiatives like her UMO nonprofit, teaching kids about cooking and nutrition. It's a perfect embodiment of her philosophy.
Right.
Her famous quote, the one, "I'm not a chef, I'm a cook. I'm here to make life easier, not fancier." Well, that isn't just humility. It's the profound paradox behind her fortune. It strategically lowered the entry barrier for millions, turning aspiration into, immediate participation.
So, okay, she builds this incredible foundation on relatability, which is powerful in itself. But then the question became, how do you scale that intimate connection into a multi-platform empire? By 2005, her first cookbooks were already New York Times bestsellers. So that signaled a significant expansion beyond just the TV show.
The really significant move, though, was undeniably the leap to daytime television with The Rachael Ray Show, launched in 2006. It ran for an astounding 17 seasons, won multiple Daytime Emmy Awards. This demonstrated her incredible ability to adapt her unique brand of practical, approachable advice beyond just food. It resonated with a broader audience interested in lifestyle solutions, And
it wasn't just on screens either. You could literally find her presence in people's homes through her branded cookware and kitchen products. She became this tangible part of daily life.
Yeah, but the real stroke of genius, I think, and something often overlooked, was her smartest strategic move, diversifying entirely beyond food into pet products with the Nutrish brand. She identified that deep emotional connection between families and their pets, seeing it as a natural kind of value-aligned extension of her brand's mission.
That's fascinating. I didn't realize the connection was that strategic.
Oh, absolutely. Nutrish became remarkably successful, so much so that the J.M. Smucker Company acquired it in 2018 for a staggering $1.9 billion.
Wow. $1.9 billion.
Right. And this wasn't just about sales figures. It validated that immense untapped value in celebrity-backed, mission-driven brands, especially within the rapidly growing pet wellness industry. It showed a real strategic foresight to build something sellable that still aligned perfectly with her core values.
Okay, so what truly elevates her story, I think, is her core success habit, this thing we're calling relentless authenticity. Think back to 30-Minute Meals. Viewers saw her chop imperfectly, spill ingredients, and just laugh at herself, right? She didn't just tolerate those moments, she absolutely embraced them.
And this became her undeniable trademark. It made millions feel like they were cooking alongside a friend, not being lectured by some untouchable expert. This wasn't just nice, it was like a masterclass in psychological mirroring. By openly showing her imperfections, she was actively dismantling that perceived barrier between expert and audience, fostering this deep, almost familial sense of trust. Her personal routines reflect this, too. Apparently, she consciously avoids social media and online comments, not out of disinterest, but as a strategic filter to preserve mental clarity and focus on creating valuable content, filtering out the noise that might compromise that authenticity.
Her life philosophy, though, clearly goes far beyond just cooking. She approaches food and life with this incredible freedom and creativity, famously measuring ingredients with her hands,
Yeah.
a palmful or 2 swirls of oil.
Exactly. And this wasn't just a quirky habit, it was empowering. It told her audience to trust their own instincts, not to fear mistakes. The broader implication here is her profound resistance to perfectionism. She films in her actual kitchen, as you see in Meals and Minutes now in 2024, and uses that perceived imperfection to give permission for others to just be themselves.
Right, that permission is key.
Absolutely. That hands-on involvement and her consistent self-description, I'm not a chef, I'm a cook, that's what truly built that deep, empowering trust with her audience over decades.
Okay, so we've seen this incredible journey of growth and diversification, but then comes a really significant turning point. In 2023, The Rachael Ray Show ended after 17 seasons. For many, that might have seemed like, well, a decline, maybe the end of an era.
But what's remarkable here is how Rachael Ray viewed this. Not as a loss, apparently, but as an exciting opportunity for reinvention. She immediately launched Free Food Studios, a new production company designed specifically for the streaming era, precisely to regain creative control. And then she returned in April 2024 with Meals and Minutes, a fresh, adapted take on her original concept, perfectly suited for modern audiences on demand. So this wasn't a retreat at all. It was a strategic pivot to re-own her narrative.
And her enduring influence, I think, truly stems from that accessibility and that shared experience. Women across the world saw themselves in her. She didn't just cook. She actively used her platform to spotlight ordinary people and community heroes, which just further cemented that connection.
Absolutely. And she consistently balances that commercial success with social responsibility, like the Nutrish proceeds supporting animal rescue. This isn't just charity, it deeply reinforces trust and loyalty within her whole brand ecosystem. Her power doesn't come from intimidating expertise, but from, well, radical relatability. As she so profoundly puts it, endings are just beginnings in disguise. It's a powerful testament to her mindset of continuous adaptation and resilience.
So the core takeaway from this part is that true power and lasting success seem to come from the courage to reinvent without losing your core identity, embracing change, and, maybe most importantly, continuously empowering others to do the same. So if we distill this all down, Rachael Ray's $100 million brand. It's built not on perfection, but on deep connection and this unwavering authenticity. Her journey really shows us that success isn't some linear path to a finish line. It's more like a series of courageous reinventions, right? Each born from humility and a willingness to be truly yourself.
Yeah, and the deeper truth for you, the listener, I think, is this. You don't need to fit into some predefined mold. You don't need specific traditional credentials to build something extraordinary. Her story is a really compelling blueprint that the secret ingredient to lasting success is often just the courage to show up as exactly who you really are, imperfections and all.
So here's a provocative thought to leave you with. What part of Rachael Ray's journey inspires you? Maybe to embrace your own imperfections, perhaps to trust your instincts more fully, or even just to redefine what success looks like in your own life.